Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? I just seen this. I heard about it a couple days ago. The Nickelodeon star who got hit, died from a hit and run in, I guess, New York. So yeah, check this out, man. This is what I try to explain to people all the time about celebrities. So look, according to Google, and this is Google's post, or Google's AI, or Google's information. Her birthday's November 28th, and she passed away January 16th. And what am I always teaching about? I'm teaching about measurements from birthdays to events. And in this case, it's from her birthday to her date of death. So just a simple calculation. From her birthday last year to January 16th is a span of 7 weeks and 0 days. 7 weeks, 0 days. Well, when you use gematria, which is the practice of coding letters, words, and phrases into numerical values, when you spell out her name properly, Kiana Underwood, you get the value of 70, right? So 7 weeks after her birthday, 7 weeks, 0 days after her birthday, she gets hit by a car. All right. And the other interesting thing that I noticed as well is to her upcoming birthday is 317 days. Now, why is that important? Because 317 is the 66th prime number. And again, if you don't know what you're looking for, this can get hard and muddy and confusing. So 317 is the 66th prime number. The phrase Nickelodeon star equates to 66. So now we have two strong connections. We have 7 weeks, 0 days after her birthday, and we have 317 days before her birthday. And again, 317 is the 66 prime. Nickelodeon star is 66. And I'm sure there's other things that I can probably show, but I'm screen recording my finding as I'm going along. I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah. She was known to be the star of all that. All that. I'm sure there's stuff there. Yeah, look. 43. She died on a 43 date numerology. 1 plus 16 plus 26 equates to 43. And the show she starred in. All that. Again, these people, unless this is how God works, but this is what you're signing up for when you get into the world of celebrity. They line you up. You ever hear that saying, your number is up? I think that's what this is referring to. Well, so unfortunately, it's sad that this is happening and that these quote-unquote coincidences and synchronicities line up, so to say. But again, the big one is she dies at 33. All right. Okay. And just, let's just see something. Hit and run. I don't see nothing that stands out right away, but I'm sure that, I'm sure there is something there. She was born on the day that leaves 33 days left in the year. That's interesting. I think I seen a 53. Yeah, look at this. 53 is the 16th prime number, right? So the phrase hit and run, which is what she died from, has a numerical value of 53. 53 is the 16th prime number. And sure enough, it was the 16th day of the year. So, yeah, But I'm pretty convinced that this is how it works. Um, yeah, it's definitely interesting to say the least. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this. My input on this. I'm sure if you dig around, you could definitely find more. But again, I've been posting about this shit for 8 years, and it doesn't get the traction or viewership that is needed to stop this stuff, if that's what is even going on. But people should be making this knowledge. You know, they should be aware of this stuff. And you know, unfortunately, I guess the celebrities and the politicians and the athletes and all these people who are dying by this said numerical code. I mean, again, there's two debates to this, two sides to this. It's just like two sides to the coin. Some people think it's God. Other people think it's nefarious. I fall in between both. I've seen things in my own life that are very organic, that blow my mind. And then I see things like this, which make me question. You know, I for things like this, I lean more towards nefarious things. But nonetheless, it is interesting how the numbers line up. And again, this is probably what they're doing. So, you know, it just becomes a lot easier for people such as myself to see the connections now that there's the internet and calculators and tools that are available to decode. But yeah, I'll just keep it short and sweet and simple. I made 3 good connections. I'm not going to try to overdo it. I'm sure there's a lot more to this. But all right, yeah, you know, unfortunately, this type of stuff should be, you know, looked at with a, you know, with a lens, you know, combed through with a fine comb. And unfortunately, you can't bring this stuff to the courts because, you know, the judge isn't going to believe some numbers matching up. But although, you know, I think this is a form of evidence that there are people out here using this. So, I mean, we can start there and then figure out from there, I guess, what is happening. But yeah, stay out of the world of celebrity and politics and trying to be famous and all that shit. Because this is what comes with it, you know? This is what comes with it. All right, guys, have a good rest of your Sunday, all right? Peace.